What if I told you the very thing that many people fear, AI, artificial intelligence, could actually be a force for awakening in the world? Can AI, technology, and spirituality go hand in hand, or is it a disaster waiting to happen? Hi, my name is Nahala. I'm an MIT-trained roboticist turned spiritual teacher and monk. And this topic of spirituality and technology and the interplay, the connectedness between them, is one that I've explored a lot. I'm the founder of SpiritualTech Systems, where we use technology and systems to elevate spirit in the world. So I'm excited to dive in today and share more about how I see them working hand in hand. And if you watching this video are a conscious creator, a conscious being who has some resistance, has some fear around AI, why it's so important for you to learn to work with it and the impact that can have in the world. So first of all, AI is not a trend. It's not going anywhere, right? AI has already started to completely transform the way that we do work, the way that we process information. So many aspects, so many industries, it's already completely transforming. And the prediction is that by 2030, that AI will impact 75% of jobs. And I know it can be scary because many of us can't keep up with the evolution, the constant progress and change that comes with AI, right? And so we don't fully understand it, so it naturally brings up some fears. Questions around, will AI take my job? What will we do when there's so much misinformation out there, right? So it's getting harder and harder for us to tell if something is AI generated or if it's actually created by a human. Not just text now, but actually images, videos. It's really tricky to see what's real and what's not. And a question arises within us of what do we do? How do we operate, live, and work in a world where we can't see and tell what's real and what's not? There's questions around ethics around creation, right? So what would take a photographer or an artist time to create can now be replaced with AI with a prompt, or that's the fear. And these are good questions for us to ask, right? These are the types of questions that when we ask them, it helps us put the right guardrails in place and the right considerations so that we can ethically work with AI in this inevitable future that's already here. And AI has a lot of positives. It's kind of the scale of impact as when the internet first came out, right? It's rapidly revolutionizing and making so much more accessible pockets of expertise, deep knowledge, processing that only a few people were able to access. What does that mean? If you know how to work with AI in the right way and ask it the right questions, it kind of makes you a superhuman. You suddenly have the expertise of a marketer, you have the expertise of a financial expert, you have the expertise of a writer, you know how to process a lot of data, right? There's a lot that AI can help you with. What might have cost you a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort to gather and process all this information, with a simple prompt, a couple clicks, you're able to get a nice, concise summary that can really save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. There's some very cool unintended positive outcomes as well. I took this AI branding course with Jenna Soar. It's really awesome, where she talks about how one of her clients who had a child with disability caused him to see himself in a very limited way. And what she did and what Jenna teaches in her course is this style of personal branding where you create these fun images that allows your creativity and your vision to unfold, so you can put your face on different characters, and she teaches you how to do this. So what her client did for her son was, because he saw himself in this stuck way, she put him as a superhero. And this just completely allowed him to see himself in a new light. It helped him transform some of these limitations that he felt about himself. And he was like, wow, I could be that, right? And it's the same for us. AI kind of lets us unleash our creativity and our potential, which on our own before it, we might not have been able to do because we don't have the skills or the talents or the capacity to do so. So that actually leads to the next big question, which is that people have a strong fear that AI will replace us. And this begs the question, who are we to replace? So if AI is able to do our taxes, if it's able to do math problems, process data for us, write code for us, to create this type of image for us that typically you might need a very strong skill or training to do, if AI can replace all of this type of tasks, these repetitive, monotonous, or skilled tasks, where does that leave us? And it's such a good question, and it's actually a deeply spiritual question, is who are you then? If AI can do all of these things, it has intelligence, right? Jobs that typically people would be trained to do. If AI can do that for us, what are we to do? And it's such a beautiful question, because actually where it invites us is inward, because the one thing that AI cannot replace is you. You in your unique essence, your energy, your love, your presence, your spirits cannot be replaced by AI. And that is what I see is the invitation with AI, with technology, with automation, is really what it's here to do is automate away repetitive, monotonous tasks, help us, support us in discovering our truth, our dharma, and being a vehicle, a powerful tool for us to bring that into life, right? For us to manifest and express that in the world. AI, automation, technology are just powerful tools. So if you are a conscious creator, do not shy away from AI, right? Because like I mentioned, it's here to stay. It's important to learn to co-create with it, to use it in a way that serves the greater good. AI is a powerful tool, so it's natural that fear comes up. And it's not a question of AI will destroy us, right? It's the human behind it, the intention behind it, that makes it either positive or negative impact in the world. So when we empower more conscious aligned beings with these tools, with these technologies, to use it as something that uplifts the spirit, to use it as a vehicle for awakening, we are doing a great service in the world. So if you're watching this video, please learn to work with AI. Please learn to use it to amplify your message, to do your work, to make things easier for you so you can stay focused on doing what you love. And this is the whole mission of SpiritualTech Systems. We help create systems and technologies based in spirit to help elevate the spirits. You don't have to deviate from what it is that you want to truly do in the world and go and get a different job, a monotonous task, something else that's not aligned to your spirit, but you can stay focused on what truly lights you up and use technology, use systems to allow you to actually generate income, to build a business, to amplify your voice, your message, your essence, so that people can find you and you can do this work. So the one thing that you're left with, even in a world where there are realistic humanoid robots fueled by AI, where it seems so real, the one thing it cannot replace is you. And you, in your truth, in your essence, has so much value, has so much beauty, and is irreplaceable. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. I hope it was insightful, helpful, and if you are a conscious creator, I invite you to start to use AI. And there's many ways to get started. And if you're interested in it, please leave a comment. One, how you found this video. I'm curious to hear, and I'm happy to create more videos about these topics. And two, if you like this content, please subscribe, please like, and you'll find more of this type of content in your feed. So thank you again for listening, and I hope you have a beautiful day ahead. Bye.